Yes, guys, welcome back to your Man United 2, Chelsea 1 review as we have another defeat at Old Trafford. I don't know what to say because we lose. But Robert fucking Sanchez. Oh, I'm Mr. Who. I'm the best goalkeeper in the world. I'm just going to put my foot up so high so I can be subbed off. Red carded. Sanchez. What was that? And look, let's not talk about the opening 5 minutes on Sanchez, because that was also quite dreadful. But the high foot on Mbumo, you're sent off. Really? You're sent off. We're done 10 men. United capitalised on that. Jorgensen gets subbed on. Esteban gets subbed off. Torsen gets subbed on. Esteban gets... Ned also gets subbed off. Palmer subbed off. Santos on. I don't know what we were doing. And it was a shit performance by us. Shit by Enzo Fernandez. But what was that? I don't know what I was watching. Sure, we got to go back. All the blame has to go on Enzo Maresca here, because, not all actually, some of it, 100% some, maybe not all. But, when you go one man down, what Maresca was thinking was, let's try not make it a damaging defeat, a 4-0, a 4-1, a 4-3, like, let's not make it embarrassing. But, like, we saw nothing offensively in the first half. Like, we were getting peppered with bloody chances. We were getting peppered. Jorgensen, bloody hell, mate, you should be doing better for those two goals. You should be doing better, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, what were we doing at the back? Look, you can blame Maresca all you want for the subs, but let's just quickly just point out and say, what was that? Jorgensen, he anticipated the ball. He tried to kick the ball out, hence why he slipped. But the ball bounced past him. So why didn't you stay standing and dive for it? Or why didn't you just try get to it with your hands? Second one. Ball comes across the official goal. Casemiro just... in you go. Rest of the first half, Casemiro gets sent off for a second yellow card offence. Second half begins. We make no subs. Then Gusto comes on for, I believe it was Cucurella. George came on as well. So, for Fofana. So we made two changes. And we barely looked better. Sure, we scored. We could have had two. Fofana's goal was offside. Saliba then gets a goal in the 77th minute. And you thought, it could actually electrify something here. It could switch us on. It could push us on to get an equaliser. Sure, we get a few chances near the end. We have a recent crosswalk comes flying in. Lovely ball, by the way. Lovely ball. And what practically happened was Santos tried to shoot, and I believe it deflected off the defenders. We had like 3 chances since that goal. Only 3. We were so patient with the ball, like we were winning the game. Why couldn't we do this against Brentford last week when we were 2-1 up? I don't know. Palmer subbed off due to injury, we believe, and like early on in the first half, but Talbot's goal, Reece James' assist, lovely ball into a box. Talbot gets a head onto it, right into the bottom right-hand corner. And then, yeah, we had that Santos chance. We had another chance. Once again, I believe it was a Gusto ball into a box. Nothing really came out of it. Yeah, like, it's kind of hard because we are no longer unbeaten in the league. That's 2 defeats from a bounce in all competitions. Next, you got Brighton in the league. We got Lincoln in the Carabao Cup. I got a question. For anyone who knows, does red cards carry over to Carabao Cup games? Vice versa? Because I heard it does. And if it does, then Sanchez is back and go for Brighton next week. If it doesn't, then we have 2 games of Jorgensen. And Jorgensen wasn't bad after them 2 goals he conceded. Fernandez in the second half takes a lovely shot. And then Jorgensen dives down. Amazing save by Jorgensen. Now we got to question Maresca here because he could make so many better substitutions. We didn't need 5 defenders. We could have went to a 4-2-3. Shoved off Fernandez for a winger. Right? Instead of Cucurella. Yes, he was on the yellow, but I still believe Cucurella could have been a better option when chopping on Gusto. So we could have went to a 4-2-3. We could have had wingers, which we had 2 of. So Pedro can play on the wing. Heck, we had Harry George on. We could have had 2 wingers on. But nah, let's not. And if it was 11v11, what would have been the outcome? I believe it would have been a draw. Because, yes, that was the worst performance I've seen this season and since. Let me just think of a performance that could probably. What's worse than this? I can't think of any since April. Ipswich could be worse. Ipswich at home. First half could be worse than this, actually. But still, we didn't really offer much. We just had to keep defending first half. Like, I don't know what else to say. We got Lincoln on Tuesday night. We should win that. Should. If we lose to Lincoln, heck, bring out the pitchforks. Bring them out. Just don't lose to Lincoln. I do believe we got on a winning streak now. I do believe we beat Lincoln. I do believe we beat Brighton. And then I believe we have Liverpool after the international break. So I believe we got on a winning streak here. But tonight's defeat is based on Enzo Maresca's sub-management, tactical management. We could have been set up way better than we have. Second half. I understand first half why he was doing that. And I blame this on Robert Sanchez. If Robert Sanchez never pushed up so high, it kind of hit him with most fire. But if it was never that high, it would have been 11v10. Because I still believe Casemiro would have been sent off anyways. And we could have actually had something this game. But no. That's practically it. Like, I got really nothing else to say. Worst from the pits. Enzo Fernandez. Off it today. Off it. Never seen him so shit. Pedro tried, but obviously the conditions wasn't great. I even thought the game would have been abandoned, but I guess we never had the game abandoned, so we just played the whole game. Honestly, I think a game abandonment would have nullified the red cards, I believe. But, yeah, I didn't recognise my team tonight. But I do believe it's a one-off. Look, I know we weren't great against Brentford. But we got something from that game. And Brentford was solid. We got something from Fulham when we were absolutely dog shit. We got something from West Ham. So we were unbeaten up till now in the league. I'm not going to pull out the pitchforks and start protesting. I will back this project, the manager, and the players, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be criticising them. There will be a further review like I did for the Bayern game tomorrow. So make sure you are here. Your Chelsea versus Lincoln preview will be out on Monday, which is mental. And yeah, if you guys enjoy, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and peace!